All right. Cool. Let's do it. Let's write some more SQL. So, I think the move now is like... Summarize the current status is that so I'm working on building this like ORM in J. We got to a point where like this doesn't work now, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it got to like a bug. Oh, it did work. That's curious. Oh yeah, because I'm not using this. Yeah, so we wrote this like SQL execute that takes a list of scopes. And this list of wheres. And I was thinking that I would just like queue them all up, string them all together, and it would be fine, but I was kind of concerned that I didn't think J's type system would allow for like this var args to take arbitrary different types of where, which is important because like this to-dos created after is, what did I even define it in to-dos repo? Yeah. So like this SQL where is like a type parameterized with the SQL that powers it and the number of args that it needs to fill. So what I tried to do is to compose this SQL where with a different where defined here with ID, where this one looks for an ID matching some argument. There's only one. And this one matches for the created at being only one. And yeah, it's a bad time. So I think what we need to do is to think of a way to join some SQL wheres together. And I feel pretty good about like an and. I think that seems like a nice place to start. Oh yeah, and this broke in a confusing way that I couldn't figure out yet. Maybe I'll come back to that one later as well. Alright, let's play with and. I don't know, should we prefix this with SQL? I think we'll just call it and. And it's like SQL where with, like, what do we care about in a SQL where? I don't know, let's call it like left-hand side. And then this type is going to be weird. So it's going to return something very strange. Maybe I just like won't specify that yet. Maybe I don't have to. Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to express it declaratively. So I think what I need to do here is like so the joined, or what, it's like the result. And what are these things called in SQL where? Oh yeah, it's like right above me. So the result SqlExpression is going to be, I might have to do like a pound run on this. I think I probably will. Let's just like go for it. dot SQLExpression. I need to run sprint percent that, and then right hand side SQLware dot SQLExpression. Because I'm just trying to like join these two together. Let me write a test actually. Alright, so like let's like define one of them. Like left hand side is going to be SQLware of like, I don't know. We could just like make stuff up because we don't have to actually pipe this into a database, I don't think. Let's say like id equals question mark 1. And right hand side, oh yeah, and I think I need to then like instantiate it with args. Let's try that, and then right hand side is going to be a SQLware with SQLExpression equals, I don't know, let's say like created at is like between. And like, what's the Postgres expression for this? I don't think it matters to even be correct, but like, I think I'm interested in being at least like close to high fidelity on this one. So Postgres between, yeah, it's between something and high. Args count equals 2. Oh, I'm missing a paren here. Oh, I did. I don't think I know. It's been fun to play around with, but it's like bending my brain in a lot of ways. So let's just like fill these in with like whatever. And then I'll do like an and. So actual is going to be and between left hand side and right hand side. And then like expected is going to be just like, what do I want here? It's going to be the SQLExpression will be like, you know what, maybe I don't have to like type out, I'll just like assert things about actual. So let's like assert that like actual dot SQLExpression is got to equal id equals something. Oh man, it's double quotes. Uh-oh. My dog has an opinion about that. Charlie, touch. Good dog. Down. Good dog. Steak. It's dog time. Created at between and that. Okay, so we can see right, and then yeah, that's what it should equal. And then we can also assert that actual dot args count. It's gonna be 3. And I think we can even assert about like the args. So args 0, we want to be 1. Args like 1, we want to have equal this string. And args 2. Cool. And maybe I'll rename actual because I'm not like making an expected. So like let's do, I don't know, where, I don't know, and result. Okay, so if I run my build script now, it should run, oh yeah, I have bad syntax all over the place probably. Alright, what do I need here? LHS colon, oh yeah, this needs double colon. Yeah, maybe I can pause for a sec. I don't know if anyone's still here. Oh, I got some viewers. Yeah, so if you're new to the stream, I'm working on building like a database ORM for J. Which is maybe a weird choice since it was like designed for games. Where's a single equal sign? This? Is that a problem? Shouldn't this work? Isn't this what I did elsewhere? And so what I've gotten up to so far is that I got a way to like express like selects out of a database and some table names, but I'm trying to work on like composable where expressions. I feel like that's what I'm trying to figure out, but how do I think it'll fare outside of games is like exactly what I'm trying to figure out. I feel like my perception is like my favorite language for web development is Ruby because of its like flexible metaprogramming. But like the downsides of Ruby are like obvious. Good dog, Charlie. Like if you're playing with Ruby, like everything is slow and dynamic, and you can't manage the memory. And there's just certain things. Good dog. Certain things you just like can't do. And I feel like the like design goals of J are like clearly aimed at like alleviating a lot of that. Like to argue that like anything about J is not designed for speed would be like kind of ludicrous. And I think that it's possible to get like what I'm curious about and what I think might be true is that it seems plausible that like the expressivity of the language will allow like statically the same kinds of expressive stuff that you can do in Ruby and Active Record. Did I call this the wrong thing? Woof. I don't even know what that means. But like obviously as a brand new language, I'm sure there are going to be like corner cases that I'm going to try to flex that weren't really thought through. And like who knows if it actually does have the flexibility to be as expressive as something like Active Record. But so far it's been like a really fun experiment. Yeah, like I don't know. I find myself doing things that I think might be huge mistakes. No, I don't really do game dev. I've messed around with game dev a little bit. I think it's like exciting, and it's probably like the hardest kind of like programming in a lot of ways. But no, I'm like a web developer. I want to use it for product development. But I think like I've found for a while that like I've been kind of like disappointed with the lack. Like the new languages that have come out, like Rust, wasn't really impressive to me for product development in a similar way that like Jonathan Blow talked about it not being very great for games development. Yeah, using Rust. Yeah, and I just feel like when I played with Rust for web development, like I was constantly like dipping into an unsafe thing or like wrapping up, like introducing a ton of boilerplate to do things that amounted to unsafe operations. Like I don't know, it was like it made me like drop all of the like natural ways that I might express an idea in order to express the idea in like a type checkable safe way. Oh, you're trying to prove Rust for game dev at the minute. I played with I don't know. Do you use that engine Amethyst? I played around with Amethyst for a little while, and it didn't like click for me. Not good for creative gameplay code. Yeah, I mean that doesn't surprise me, but I think in general like a language like Rust, I don't know. It seems like it wants to like lock you down. Yeah, I could buy that. Sorry, my dog's very active right now. I mean, there's like browsers written in Rust, right? Like a company I used to work for had like a huge like multiplayer backend thing built in Rust, and it's super compelling in a ton of ways. I just think like my experience with it was like, I just don't think it had. I think it missed on joy and it missed on like I felt like it was constantly like locking me into certain ways of expressing stuff. Yeah, I buy that. I buy that it'll excel in those like super like data parallel multi-threaded things. I don't know, I think I like the promise you think he's overlooked that aspect. I like the promise of this one where like it seems like Rust has a real one size fits all like type checker that checks for lifetimes and stuff. And my perception is that like I don't know. Also coming from a Ruby background, I really appreciate the dynamicity of Ruby, and it seems like this language sort of straddles a lot of that, where like it can give you something close to duck typing, you know. Oh, am I like not returning anything? Maybe that's the problem. You think tagged unions are a secret weapon for games? What do you mean, like in terms of like an entity model or something, or just like all over the place? Result, args count. Yeah. Do you play with like when I was like researching into games development stuff, Oh yeah, I think pattern matching is excellent, and it's like a cool way to do a lot of that stuff. Did you ever play with entity component system models? I feel like that approach really spoke to me. Um, Not formally. Alright, so I think I need to focus for like a sec. So I want to do like a SQL where the SqlExpression is equal to the result SqlExpression, and the args count is equal to result args count dot, and then the args, I need to merge these args too. Yeah, I could buy that ECS might be overkill in simpler games like that. Yeah, and you're saying basically like there aren't that many entities or components, so like it doesn't matter that much? I just felt like anytime I've played with game dev, I just ended up with these like massive procedures and functions that did all these mutations that were really hard for me to think about. And especially, I don't know, I come from like an OO like web dev background, where like most of my methods would be like 2 lines long, and they would just delegate to a bunch of other methods. And like I feel like a system might be like a really good spot to put the important stuff, so that you can have a lot of small systems. Where like my perception was that like if I wanted to do almost anything well, I would need to like have like giant procedures that I couldn't really think about. Oh yeah, you definitely can't use OO for performance stuff like that, right? Like web dev performance with OO and vtables. Like I mean, I'm writing Ruby, right? It's like scripted for my web dev work, but like you can have like 200 milliseconds for a response and nobody will even notice. It's not like you have to render like each frame. Where's like array concat? That's a thing, right? Is there a concat? I feel like there is. Array add, yeah, great, okay. And I think this, well, maybe I should just like, plus, let's just dot. Is this gonna work? I don't know if I thought this one through. It's interesting you'd say that about Rust. My perception with J is that like straddling like engine and toolchain is like, right? Like J wants to just like replace your toolchain, right? I feel like J makes an argument that like you should have one toolchain and it should be your programming language. Whoops. All right. This is the same error that I saw before. Huh. Okay. But I feel like, so I obviously haven't seen like any game, I haven't seen any game engines written in J, but I figure like, yeah, asset processing pipeline is a thing that J probably, like the compiler generating a ton of code, it's really easy to imagine that like exactly, compiler time, like pre-processing written in the language. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, and so like one interesting thing about this that I've been playing around with is like, so it's not at all the same. For web dev, there's some pre-processing stuff about like generating C++ JavaScript bundles and stuff, or CSS and JavaScript bundles. Yeah, and like one frequent ask for like systems engineers who like manage like web apps in production is like, what are all the different like SQL queries that this app might perform? And one thing that I'm like looking into like getting a good answer for is like, at least this current tack that I'm on is to like statically like only talk about like literal SQL characters in a static context, and like join them together even in like a static context, in a way that would that might let me like generate a list like that. You know, like it might let me like look at like, I don't know, like trivially, it's easy to imagine that like in an added strings files like this, you could like pre-process all of the potential code paths that generate SQL to run against your database and just like emit them. And so if like a systems engineer wants to analyze that stuff later, they'll have this sort of pre-generated and like authoritative list of all the ways that you engage with the database. Which, like, one common problem that I've experienced is that you don't know until you've shipped code to production if you're like writing code that will generate a sequential scan on a giant table or something, which might like bring down your app with a performance problem. And like by J generating all the SQL, like if I can use J to generate all the SQL ahead of time and like bundle it up in a way that you could ship off to a systems engineer, like life could be better. He said the blend of functional and the level of coding. Yeah, I mean, that'll make sense to me. I just feel like, I don't know. Rust just felt like it was fighting me at every turn. Like, it felt like it didn't trust me. And I understand why. I see what power that gives you if your language doesn't trust you and thinks like you're not clever enough to write parallel programming. It just sounds like, it sounds like it's like, I don't know, I feel like I learned it. I just didn't like it, you know? It was just always in my way. I'm really into joy of programming business. Yeah, I could add that at scale as well. I don't know though. I feel like, especially in web dev, most of the things that scale poorly aren't like any one programming language or system, right? It's like the universe. It's like the you've put together some like bad news thing. All right, what is going on here? What am I missing? And what does this possibly mean that type of unnamed banana, like whatever that means, is needed but was not specified? I probably do need to declaratively set up this type. Alright, let me see what I got access to here. Maybe I can just try to sneak this in. So the SqlExpression is going to equal like this. Will it let me do that? And args count is going to equal, like, will this be allowed? This might be more legal. Okay. Ease of refactoring. I don't know about that. I feel like when I was playing with Rust was a few years ago, I did not find any refactoring tools, and I did not find like the compiler was so slow. I would change one line and have to wait like 20 seconds. I was trying to use that Amethyst engine, and so maybe I was just depending on too much like existing code that had to get recompiled every time, but it was not good. It was not good at all. I guess I'll just duplicate this here for now and sneak that in there and there. Oh, and then I don't think I need... Can I just do this? Whoa! Really broke something this time. Huh. Well, I'm trying to do something pretty fancy here, but... Oh my god, no, compared to C++, Rust was like a breath of fresh air for sure. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if many people in the world are like... I think people use C++ because people have been using C++. I feel like people don't use it because they think it's like the best thing out there. It's just like inertia. And it's like, you know, good enough. Like similar things about like web devs who use Java, which maybe that's like less common these days than C++ for game dev, but it's just like everything for so long has been written in that language. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah. No, I believe it. I'm not surprised. Huh. Well, I'm kind of stumped right now. Right, if you're tied to Unreal, I mean, I think it's similar to like if you're tied to like I played around with Unity a bunch too, and I feel like if you're tied to Unity, it's probably hard to imagine like writing anything other than like C sharp. But like I do feel like I understand why C++ has like had such longevity. It's just like been good enough for long enough, um, and it has this like major player of Epic like picking it as their tool chain. It's just like man, such a bummer. Um, what was that game engine I looked at? Yeah, no, it's real entrenched. Yeah, I also think that like most people, I don't know, the way that I have interacted with most engineers is that like I feel like I get really into like like craft and like I would like to like yeah, even if people don't use Unreal, they're still stuck with C++ because of previous game engines. It's totally true. No, but I think that a lot of people just like aren't. I think like most people, I think view engineering as like a means to an end. Of like I just want to get the thing shipped. I just want to like make the game I'm making. I just want to make the app I'm making. Which is like a great way to see it. It's just I think that I like get a lot more out of it if I look at it from like an angle of like how can I apply craft to this and like how can I have better ownership of the tools that I'm using and how can I make it most expressive. Yeah. And like I think my perception, never having worked inside like any major players in the game industry, like what do I know? But my perception is that's like more common even in the games industry than in my field. Um, and if that's true, yeah, then why would anyone like challenge? You've already learned C++. You've already like paid all the cost of like getting bit by it enough times to have intuition about how to use it correctly. You're going to keep on hitting bugs in it, but like especially if you're coming to Rust with this high learning curve and the fact that it will always restrict you in some ways. Yep, exactly. Yeah, design then art then code. And like in like web development and like product development stuff, it's like product and design trump code most times. In a really similar way. And so it's like if you advocate for like we've got this giant like Java code base, what are we gonna do? Or this giant like PHP code base, what are we gonna do? Companies like Facebook famously just like rewrote PHP from scratch to make it faster, without having to change the language so that they could like not have to change anything. Or like every web developer in the world writing JavaScript, even though it's like I think like everyone, it's like famously a terrible language. Just like, what are you gonna do? Change every browser? You can't do that. So like, you're just gonna keep on writing that imperfect language. I wonder if I can like get rid of this run. Will that let me do it? Is this is gonna fail probably in a predictable way. Oh, hey, this might actually be working. Isn't wait, what does that mean? Args is not a member of SQLware? Shouldn't it be? Oh, is the problem now that I'm like trying to return something that's like stack allocated? Is this gonna work? Would it be even, is this even a good idea? Probably not, right? Here, we define it here. Isn't args a member of SQLware? Alright, let's look. Line 34. How? How is this test failing? Oh wait, this should probably be baked. I feel like args is right here. Is your Rust game engine open source? Is it out there in the world somewhere? Or is it all proprietary? And I feel like my feeling in the games industry is it's pretty proprietary, right? Well, that's cool. You're gonna? Oh, that's cool. It's like a good problem to have, right? Uh-oh. Do you like type of? Oh boy. Reassess which bits are shared. Yeah, I had a similar. I built like an app recently, and it was like really happily all open sourced for a while until like I brought some friends on board, and they were like, "We're gonna release this commercially." And we just like locked the whole thing down. I'm kind of bummed. There was like good stuff in there that I was happy to have on my public GitHub. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna pause this for now. Because there's like a J beta. There's a new one that I haven't downloaded yet. Maybe that'll just like fix this compiler bug, you know? Maybe I can just save the day by upgrading my version. Maybe there's a chance. Yeah. Sure. I wonder if I set up my dev environment in a way that this will be easy, or if this is going to be like an immense pain. Where is it? Uh-oh. Okay, where are we going? I want... What? Did this download to nowhere? It's on my desktop, right? Yeah, okay. Let me make sure I'm not like depending on this anywhere. I don't think I am. Alright, I think I can move this to my home directory. Ooh, I'll copy that to check it out later. Thank you for sharing. Just trying to figure out how to update my version of J. Alright, so I think I can call this j.old. So I'm doing this off screen because I feel like messing around with like the internals of my file system seems like a bad choice to do in public on stream. Drop this into my home directory. Alright, will it just work? Is it just gonna work? Alright. Maybe it'll just work. Oh. Huh. Well, now I got new errors. Oh, a lot of new errors. Yikes. Alright. Start from line 39. Where am I? I'm in the wrong place, yeah? Repo 939. Isn't this all constant? Well, this is frustrating. I thought I'd fix my problems by upgrading, not like introducing a new one. Is being cast... Oh, is it like the spread operator makes it non-constant? Huh. Well, looks like I only ever call this in one spot, so maybe I'll just do that. Is that gonna work? Oh, not really. Okay, SQL selections is gonna be this. I bet this doesn't work at all. But I gotta do like this. Is this gonna work? I doubt that this is gonna work. Yeah. Oh, that's much closer than I expected. We parse the declaration. Whoa, 173. Okay, okay. Yeah. Bad news. Declared as a type that cannot be constant. Wonder why it can't be a constant. Man. Well, this is only just a test, right? If I just comment out the test, does it work? I feel like my entire testing strategy is maybe sort of bad news. Yeah, okay. It's like not constant either way. Huh. Man, I was kind of having a nice time doing it this way. I feel like I was worried I was going to have to get like really in the weeds of the metaprogram from the very start and have to use a bunch of notes to make this stuff work and like generate a ton of code around it. And I was pretty happy that most of what I was writing, like there's like a little bit of that had happened statically, but not much. I think I'm gonna maybe a swing and a miss at this point. Wonder. Fix a newly introduced. I'm just reading the changelog right now. Fix a newly introduced bug that caused array literals inside polymorphic procedures not to work. Report an arrow and parameter bake cannot actually be baked to a constant because of its type. Looks like that's the issue here. I think I'm gonna have to rethink some of my assumptions here. Alright, so what have I done here today? Yep. 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 Well, this has like been broken, right? Maybe I'll pull this out. That doesn't just fix it, does it? Nope. Yeah, it's selects that are a problem now. Yeah, okay. I think I gotta start. I don't know. What was the previous build? 66? Yeah. V66. Where's experimentation? Upgraded J. Everything broke. Alright, let's get back to main. This should be working at least. Yeah, okay. So it still fails here. I need to think through what am I going to do now that this thing is maybe correctly catching that it was never doing this thing correctly. Never doing this thing in a proper way that I thought I might have been doing. Sure is a bummer. Okay, what do I have in SQL SELECT? So this thing like doesn't do a ton, and it just sort of like takes some structs. Like, man, it's almost like if I could have this be like reading in a YAML file or something, it would be fine. But it's like because it's J data that's sort of like tough to inspect. It's like an array of some stuff. It's bad news. I really want to be able to like lock this thing down. Maybe I do need to make this part of the meta program. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I don't get like blah. And let me get rid of every time let me just like comment out a ton of stuff. Maybe just like this test. Oops. And I don't know. Maybe not even include anything. Okay, on 100 and SQL.j. Yeah, this is after the semicolon. Of course, okay. I wonder if I can do like a shovel there, get that out. Cool, okay. Info struct 40, members. Alright, so I get notes. Okay. So I guess like my approach, maybe I need to rethink pretty dramatically here, but what I've been doing was like cooking up these sort of novel SQL selection structs that sort of like look a lot like one line from a J struct. And maybe the answer here is to say I'm just gonna like use a proper J type for this. Maybe that's what I'll try. I'm worried about how much code I already have commented out. Okay, so this is gonna take just like some record type. And it's just going to be like a single type that's like super well understood by the compiler. And I feel pretty good that it'll be able to get it. And it's going to decorate that type with like a... what's it going to have? I guess it'll have like a record in it. Like a record type in it, and a SqlExpression in it. We'll be able to get the same business out of it, I think. Okay, this feels fine. And I think I don't need this anymore. Okay, so 4. Okay, let's get like info. of record type, and for record type info.members, I don't need to do this anymore. Add record type to the struct. Get that in there. But okay, so build the SQL expression up, and it'll be, yeah. Okay, so I think I need to find the like SQL expression note. It's gonna be just like a string. Oh, it's gonna be like a code note, isn't it? What does code note look like? Yeah, it's like this thing. It's got like a text. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have like a code note, and the pointer comes before. Okay. For, let's go for like member. All the its need to change to member. Great. Okay, so for note in record type info.notes. Okay, is there like a starts with? Whoop. Making a mess over here. Maybe it's time to pull in another module. I'm just gonna write like a string helpers thing here. I don't know, what's this gonna be? Prefix, or like source. Okay, so if source.count is less than prefix.count, return false. Okay. For prefix.data, if it is not equal to source.data index, we go to main, load strings. Okay, so if in here, where am I in my notes? Okay. So if no.text, is that what it was called? No text. Yeah. Okay, so if starts with note text. What am I going to call it? Let's call it like SqlExpression. Then SqlExpression node gets note. Is notes like pointers already? Yeah. Okay, so it's already pointers. Great. Assert. Attempting to create. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think we don't have a note. We can like recover and just like select the same name as a field. That seems like a pretty sensible fallback. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh man, I should have thought of this earlier. Oh well, too late. Okay, so what's the length of, I'll call this like, okay, and I think I need to check to make sure that there's like a closing paren. I feel pretty good about having a closing paren there. Maybe we should write some tests. What do I want to say here? I want like assert starts with hello, hell. Assert starts with hell. Assert not starts with hi. Great, that seems like enough. And then I probably want to do like, or like, maybe I'll call this like has prefix. That seems better. Source and suffix. Okay, and this is gonna look like somewhat similar. Okay, this has to be suffix and suffix. And then let's say like suffix start index is gonna be source.count minus suffix.count, right? Yeah. Okay, so I can write a test here as well. Great, okay, so this should be has prefix. Should be Man, I missed so many semicolons. Try to get one that's like too long, and one that's false, but like valid. And let me just like do a build. I probably have build breaks elsewhere. Yeah. Maybe I'll go to main. I'll just like make sure my strings file is working. Comment that out. We're doing very little here. Oh. What did I break? 17? Ugh. Never get used to that syntax. I thought the data was an array. Is it just a pointer? Oh, that's right. I played with this before. You gotta like iterate over the range. 0 to prefix at count minus 1. Prefix it. And then same thing. 0 to suffix at count minus 1. Suffix it. Alright, what am I doing here? I need a colon. Hey, test passed. Let me like break this test on purpose to make sure the test ran. And it failed. Awesome. Great. Okay, my strings work. Now I can bring back the SQL, try to get this to type check. I can get back to business. Alright, so if that, so like if not that, then like continue. If not ends with, or this is like now has prefix, right? Has suffix. Oh, and I should like sub in the real things here. Alright, so now we match, so I'll just grab the note. Okay, so we've got the note. The whole point of this is what exactly? Let me like start writing a test for this too. So we're going to give it a type. Let's call it like whatever. Record is going to be, I don't know, like an ID. It's going to have some like name, and it's going to have some, I don't know, uppercase email. This is like a test case I was using earlier. And this will be SqlExpression of, crap, what does this want to be? Like, dang, actually, I wonder if there's ever, like, I might need to have spaces, white space in here. Is that going to be allowed? I don't know. I'll find out. See what happens. Yeah, well, let's just see what happens from here. I bet, like, if I need to do some, like, more clever parsing, I can figure that out. I hope I don't have to do that, though. Alright, so define that record. Okay, and then I want to make a SQL select of some record. And then I want to, like, assert some stuff about actual. So, like, assert, like, actual dot record type is equal to some record. Assert actual dot, like, what's it going to be called? SqlExpression is equal to, like, ID name, and then, like, upper email as uppercase email. Why is my highlighting all weird? What's gone wrong here? Something went wrong here. I think I'm just gonna like cut this out because none of this is actually what the code looks like anymore. Alright. And then I think this is like not bad. This is like maybe a better story than I had before in some ways. Yeah? Okay. This is still pretty gnarly. I wonder if I need all this anymore. I don't know if I even need all this anymore. It's gonna have like... Like, is this like pretty good? Is this like all I really need? This might be all I need. Okay, so like I have a record type that I know statically. That feels pretty solid. I feel like I'll definitely need some kind of a SqlExpression builder. And I'll need to do some of this business again. I'll need to like grab the type info and pull it out this way. But I don't think I'm gonna need like all this nonsense, because I'm really just gonna return like I'll compute like this. Record type is gonna be the record type. I think this is like much better. I don't know. Maybe this is a lot better. Alright, so we iterate over the members, we grab the notes, check the prefix, we get this note if we have it. Let me get rid of some stuff. Get rid of... Okay, so we grabbed a note. Okay, so then like SqlExpression. Okay, so this member SqlExpression is like a string. Maybe I'll just like set it to member. That's a thing, right? We have a name, yeah? I feel like we have a name. type info struct member. Yeah. Name. Okay, cool. So we'll start it out. Hang on, I'll call it a string. I'll do it for real. If SQLExpression node, then member SQLExpression gets I want like a slice of this string. That's pretty weird. How am I gonna do that? Okay, let's call it like a slice. It's like a range type. Uh-oh, this might be tough. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Well, I'll just call it like start and end, yeah. Source. And for now, I'm not going to do anything clever here. Let me write some tests. Okay, so I want to assert the like slice of like hi from 0 to 0. Let's make it inclusive, let's say. Is equal to h. Assert boo from 0 to 2 is equal to boo. And then, I don't know, should we do some like bounds checking? Like make sure that like an assert fails? Is there a way to like assert an assert failed? I don't know. Let me just like slice, like blah, make sure this doesn't crash. I don't have like a really involved testing library or anything. I like rolled my own. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so if start is greater than source dot count, I can just like assert, right? Source dot count is less than or equal to start. Otherwise, out of bounds. Slice a string of length that, starting from index that. And the same thing with like, I call these like start index and end index. Do the same there, out of bounds, ending with index. Great, okay, so here I can do return I think this is the wrong way to write code. This feels like a very bad idea. This feels like a terrible way to do it. I should be doing like a string copy probably. Yeah, I'm gonna copy. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Man. Maybe I should just pull up. I think there was like an awesome J thing. Like a string library. This seemed helpful. I don't know. It's got like some useful stuff. Got this like string view business. Wow, there's a lot in here. Slice. Woof. This is a much more involved understanding of J than I have. Except there's like a typo in it. Strict come from? Is strict just like a global? I bet this is like defined somewhere. Oh wow. Well, that's neat. Alright, I mean it seems like we can just I'll just like do this, see what happens. Sounds like fun. Equals source dot data plus start index, yeah? Yep. Alright, well, I got a test. Oh, and you know what? I bet this does blow up because I failed to insert member SQL expression. Oh, right, yeah. Gotta comment out the code that I'm still working on. Type wanted void. Oh. Okay, cool. Oh, I forgot to call this test. It should fail, right? Yeah, okay, good. Out of bounds, attempting to slice the string. Man, I don't know how to, like, assert that we've asserted. What? Oh, yeah, I got these backwards. Let's do, like, start index greater than or equal to 0, and start index less than or equal to less than source.count. And then assert end index is greater than or equal to start index, and end index is less than source.count. Okay, it built. The test passed. Great. I can make the tests fail. Okay, so I can do slice, and I want to do member SQL expression is going to be slice SQL expression note dot text from 0 to oh no, not from 0. Okay, so like start index. This can probably like a constant. Oops. Dot count. Slice end index is going to be SQL expression note dot text dot count minus SQL expression. Oh, this can't be a constant. Suffix dot count. Right, we're gonna like -1 from. Probably -1 twice. Yeah, that seems about right. Because if we have like one character, this one character at the end, yeah, we gotta subtract one more because we have an inclusive bounds. Great, so slice start index to slice end index. Great. Okay. Else. And all this is like, I made this test too involved. It's already covered in the test, right? So like we were selecting either ID or name or this. Yeah. Okay. And I should probably get like more specific here and call it like, put these in quotes to make sure that we're safe. But this one is just like the raw string that we're passing in. Love it. Okay. I'm already beginning to regret some of these choices. Well, whatever, let's go for it. Okay, so otherwise member SqlExpression is just going to be sprint of this and member.name. Okay, then SqlExpression, I need to print to builder to the SqlExpression builder with the member SqlExpression, and then if great. Okay, so if we're not the last one, who am I kidding? Let's put this on a new line. A comma. Alright, cool. So we've now iterated over all the members. We are building up this member SqlExpression, and we've already just like included some thing. Great. I'm just gonna call it. Let's just like stop right there. Uncomment this, see what we get. Cool. Extra curly brace. Where are we? SQL.j line 155. Oh. What are we doing here? I thought I got rid of that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I have to do a run here? This is bad news. Notes is not a member of type info struct. Of course not. Record type info. Oh, this should have been inside of member.notes. Okay. Text is not a member of string. Is this string? Where even am I? Let me like open up J for real. Open up, was it in preload? Is that where it was? Was it in like type info? Type info struct member. Oh, notes are just flat strings. This revert? Well, that's curious, but all right. Don't need to worry about this .text anymore. Oh, yep. We might be doing some unnecessary string copying if we don't have pointers there. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong terminal window. All right. Type wanted. Pointer to code note. Type given. String. Yeah, that's what I thought. What? Oh man, what am I doing in SQL? Huh? Is SqlExpression not a constant? Dang. Of course not. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't even finish this thing. Okay, so I need to builder to string of SqlExpression builder. And then this isn't going to work because it's not constant, yeah? Uh-oh, where am I? Where do I even... Given unary dot literal? Did the syntax change? No. I still have a dot curly brace situation. Alright, let's try... like putting all this in a run? I don't know, is there any reason to think this will help? Maybe. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this language at all. Well, that is a new problem. Yep. Huh? Alright, yeah, this has got to be to string. Oh, this is all the same problems I had before. Well, that didn't help. Attempt to match a unary literal with a non-struct, non-array type. The world? I don't know. Let's try just like... do this, result dot, record type gets record type, return result. Does this work? Is it just like struct literals are confusing to me? I'm using struct literals wrong all the time. Okay. Oh, dang. Okay, this no longer returns a type? Uh-huh. Now this needs to return a SQL SELECT. Boy, I'm really twisting myself around in circles. This is similar to what I saw before. Alright, let me maybe take a deep breath and try to figure out what it is I'm even doing. So, my goal here is to generate something so I can, like, check out these 2 bits. And, like, is this a type that I'm pulling out? I think it is a type that I want this actual to be. I think. With a string in it to know how to pull stuff out of the database, and a record type. Yeah. And then I think that means I need to... I had the right declaration before, and this is really polymorphic on 2 things. I don't know. This feels pretty ugly. Could that possibly be it? So I'm just going to return SQL SELECT with that. Record type is equal to record type. Yeah? It returns a type. It seems like it should make the type signatures line up. Oh, something failed. Where'd I fail? SQL Select test line 154. Oh, hey. Okay. Maybe I need some, like, assertion helpers. I feel like I'm ready for an assert helper. Okay, so now main needs to pull in assertions. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll sneak this into the metaprogram too. This feels like a clever thing to throw in here. Okay, so I'll say load or assertions are loaded is false, and then like if not assertions are loaded, I'm going to build file assertions.j. Assertions are loaded gets true, and then add that build string. Huh. Do I need to do... Nope. Did I get the... Oh, source slash, right? Hey! Oh. Didn't I just build assert equals? Assert equals... I don't know why I would choose this moment to be clever. Oh, I bet it hasn't like loaded this? Is that possible? I like added a build file, but it's not like gotten around to like parsing it all, so it can't find the symbol. That I thought this language was supposed to be better than that. Whatever. I'll just load it here for now. Can get clever with the metaprogram later. Huh. Dang, really? Any doesn't work? Maybe I'll just like assert that there's like some type here, and that they like it'll be like a compile time thing that they gotta have the same type. Okay, okay. Assertion failed. Expected ID name upper email as uppercase email. Got ID name uppercase email. Hey, that's a helpful debug message. So cool. I haven't done all the stuff yet. Okay. Yeah, of course not. So in this case, I need that. I need, okay, so I need like the member SqlExpression like source is that, and then like member SqlExpression is going to be s printed, like percent as percent. Yeah, because that's basically what I want. So I just got uppercase with 3 P's. Oh no, that's a bummer. Wait, where am I now? Remember, SqlExpression source isn't defined. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. So that I'm gonna slice it. Okay. Oh, so like this is an even bigger bummer. I'm like not even finding that stuff. Like print out all the notes I'm seeing maybe. What? Yeah, okay. I have a note on that third one. I should print it. Note, SqlExpression, upper email. Okay. The prefix check is failing. SqlExpression. How did that fail? Yeah, they should be matching. What? Oh, what? Boy, this is really bending my brain. Prefix check passed. Suffix check failed? Okay, the prefix check did pass. I wonder why the suffix didn't. Let's just try it. Hey! No, that's a parse error. Let me comment out this test so I can make sure that I'm running and passing the string text. Yeah, what? The string test passed. This one failed? Like, why doesn't it think it has that suffix? Maybe I'll like put this in like brackets. Is there, I don't know, is there like a space at the end or something? No? What in the world? Oh my god. Duh. It's like, it's always a fat finger. Amazing. I never cease to impress myself with my ability to make stupid errors. Alright, so we're parsing and we're getting this. We're getting this as this actual SQL expression. We're getting the record type as some record. Wow, okay. This is we got like a thing. Okay. Whew. So how do we get something out of the database using this? You know? Still a long way from like where I thought I had been. Alright, so I have SQL Select. I consume SQL Select in a couple spots. Oh, only one spot. Only in repo. Oh, great. Yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Love it. Okay, so now I think the select wants to be. I wonder if I even need like this run and everything anymore. But instead of this being like a list of SQL selection like record things, because I don't think this is even defined anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Great. I think in here we want. Yep. Yep. Okay. So this is just gonna be like record type. Yeah. What did I call it here? I called it record type. That seems fine. Maybe we'll just call it record. I think I like it better just as record than record type. Make sure it still builds. Cool. Okay, so now let's go to repo, and this is just going to be some type. Okay, and then this is going to be SQL select just of like record, yeah? Because it just takes a type. Okay. Now where do I call repo? Man, this thing, I made this too complicated. Alright, I need to mess with SQL. I'm gonna make a to-do list for myself. Gotta do SQL execute next. But for now, it's gonna be what's this gonna be? Repo consumers. Okay, so let's like figure out repo. Run repo of, oh man, this is gonna look so much nicer. That stays the same, but this now becomes struct of ID int user ID int name or description string. This is so much nicer. Wonder if that's gonna be a problem. Created add, updated add. Is that all? How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great, I got 6 rows. Yeah, cool. Let's call it like 2. Oh man, that is so much prettier. Boy, what a wonderful improvement that is. Let's play with the users repo. Great, so I'll call user a struct with, what's it got? It's just got an ID, created add, it's got an updated add, it's got an email. Oh man, I'm so much happier with this. Does it actually work? Is this actually like, is this like plausible? Get back to main. And let's like load some more, right? Oh, these are gonna still blow up because I don't think I've like built wheres yet. Users repo. Oh yeah. And SQL selection, repo.j. Oh yeah, okay. Gotta fix find ID column type. Great. So let's call this one like done. Oops. Cool. Okay, so now this is just gonna be like record type, right? This is gonna just be like for like record. Okay, so for record.members, if the name is ID, return the type. Is it that easy? Yeah, right? That gives us a type info. Is that gonna be good enough? Man, that might be enough. Oh, yeah, okay. So now that. Ooh. This is moving. Members is not a member of user. Great, okay, so I gotta go type info of record dot members. Yeah, okay. Double pointer to a type info. Why did I want like a pointer to a type? I think I just wanted like a type. And then just like return the result. Does that help anything? Not really. How do I get from a type info to a type? That's not going to be easy, is it? Because type infos are like a runtime concept and an actual type. There's a type info tag, which is like not enough. Okay, so type info isn't going to be it. What else have I got? Do I have all the stuff? Do I have enough stuff here to do like, man, I don't know. Can I just do like, this might work, type of, does that work? Ho! Oh wait, I commented everything out there. Wow, okay. If this works, boy is that nice. That's so much nicer. Okay, what was I just doing? Find ID column type. Okay, SQL execute is coming up. Let me like mess with main. Yeah, there's no way. I haven't done SQL execute yet. Okay, SQL execute gets a select, which is just a type, but really, like, it wants to be. It's interesting. The lack of like generics makes this kind of funny, but I think it's gonna be all right. Okay. Select dot record empty bracket false. That sounds good to me. Okay. Expression string. So I need a toString here. And what does this do with the select? It just grabs a SQL expression out of it. Yeah, so I think I can just do like select dot SQL expression if I wanted to. That seems fine, right? Call it like here. Pass that through. Okay, so far so good. What else do we use this? Nowhere. No. This has to be dot record. This has to be dot record. Okay. Wanted SQL select given to do. Where? 943. Oh yeah, because this doesn't return bracket select anymore. It turns bracket select dot record. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. No. It's making such good progress. What am I supposed to do with a compiler crash? Resolve constant expression to type or return null if we should yield. That's a real bummer. Was it a race condition? Nope. Well, man, I thought this was going great. What if I just call this any? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I don't know, maybe I'll say, like... I'll get more specific here. And I'm not really going to care about s. I'll call it like underscore or whatever. Forget about that. But that's just like necessary for this to happen. Does that help? Where do I call this from? I call it here. I don't know if this is going to help anything. Well, that changed it a little. Oh, did I get rid of that any? Nope. Okay, where am I now? JRecord repo line 41. What? Oh yeah. What? Okay. This wants to return, like, oh dang, okay. So this shouldn't be called record anymore. This should probably be called something else. Oh no, this is just like record. Whoa. No. This wants to be select.record. Hey! Okay. Let me now go back to main. See if I can actually run any of this code. There's no chance. There's no way that this works. I'm gonna have compile errors from things I forgot to change. Yeah, okay. Attempt to use the type description, but the source type is not a struct, because I'm doing like SQL execute in here too. I'll just comment this out for now. What? Is this like part of that scope for some reason? That's weird. Whoa! Alright, we're back. We got records pulled from the database. They've got IDs, and they got timestamps, and they've got strings. Man, okay. This is... I'm shocked I got back to where I was. I was sure that this night was going to be a wash. How exciting. I wonder if any of my potentially 3 viewers are as excited as I am. Alright, I'm gonna like check in what I got. And then we can maybe get back to where business? I feel like that's what I was about to do. I'm gonna take like a short break probably. Maybe get some water. That seems like it would help my brain. Let's see what all I changed. I brought in assertions. I commented out some stuff in main. I simplified how we find the column type. I did that hack. Oh man, that's so much simpler. I'm so happy with that improvement. Cool. I wonder if I can delete some of these like run directives. That was one of the most disappointing things I've had to do up until now. It's like constantly telling it to run everything. Man, I don't love notes like weird me out. I feel like I'd rather just pass around data first class than like decorate types and use it to derive state, but like I don't know, whatever. Upgrade, like fix breaks due to J version upgrade. Cool. And like I don't know if anyone is really paying attention, but if you are, all my stuff is pushed. It's all up in GitHub. You can follow me on GitHub. It's linked to my Twitch. You know, find me here. It was just pushed seconds ago. I'll be back and clear out those to-dos. Oops, clear out this. Let's call it like a 10-minute, like a 2-minute break. Okay, BRB everybody. Alright. What's next? Whew. Nice to get off my feet for a sec. Am I still even adding any strings? Yeah, just the tests. Just the tests. Cool. So, where I was before I did all this business was like messing with wheres. I think I want to get back to that. I'm surprised that this is all in here and like compiling. You know, I should play with SQL execute. That's what I should. I should try to fix this test now that I have a new version of J. Maybe this is easier now. That's a good starting point. Okay, so here I'm gonna call like whatever. And where else do I use it? Like that. After the semicolon, after the semicolon. Great. Uppercase email. It's going to be a string with this of upper users.email. Okay, and I want to run SQL select of user with uppercase email. And then select that from users. Assert select expected should be user with uppercase email array of like this and that. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm sure I forgot a semicolon. Yup. Oh yeah, forgot about my hack. Okay. Oh. Oh. What? Well, this is about the same bug that I was seeing before. I wonder what the deal is with this. Are those numbers supposed to help me? Yeah, I'll just like block this test again. I think it's still not fixed. Hope those aren't passwords. I guess it's hard to imagine that 78 with a bunch of zeros is a real password for something. Alright, let's play with wheres then, huh? Actually, you know what? I think maybe I'm taking a break for the night. It's been fun, everybody. Thanks for chatting with me about Game Dev Davros. I haven't watched your video yet, but I copied down this link, so I'll be checking it out soon. But yeah, I hope to see y'all next time. Like and subscribe. Is that what? I'm new at this. I'm still learning the moves. Bye.